Hello, everybody. Welcome to the finals of Turbo Comedy, and as you can tell, it's the finals because I'm wearing a tie. Yeah, I'm not a nerd at all. Anyways, it's going to be a great show. We've had three shows of Turbo Comedy, and we had the final four perform for a chance to win $25 American. And we have our guests from previous Turbo Comedy shows that are awesome enough to be here to perform as well as vote for the winner because the finalists cannot vote. Only the guests can vote. So every comic here that you see tonight, every comic has only 1 hour to write jokes about a random topic given to them that I was given to them earlier an hour ago. And that's pretty much the show. And then after everybody performs, the guests choose who wins, and they win $25. And it's going to be a fun show. And I like comics at 2 minutes, and they go over. It's fine. It's just the whole concept of the show is promote tight, polished comedy. With that being said, let's introduce everybody. So as one of our guests, we got Kim Wadsworth. Thank you, Kim. We have Kevin Eggleston. We have Tara Christian Wiedner. If I get any of your names wrong, I'm already sorry. Matt Donlevy, Jessica Pigou, Ryan Sim, Amber Autry, and Yoshi So. And our finalists are Tara, Jessica, Amber, and Ryan. Okay, that was a lot to say, and I'm doing well. All right, so the order, the headphones again to me. Anyways, I'm fine. So I'll get the timer set up, and hopefully one of you is a nurse. So
gotcha.
All right, they're not any extra points. It's just my help for my life. So the first comic to go up is going to be Ryan. He had 1 hour to write jokes on the topic of baseball. So I'm just getting the spotlight ready here. So layout. Boom. Okay, Ryan, whenever you're ready, you let me know. We'll start the timer for you on baseball.
Can you guys hear me or see me?
Yes.
I can't see myself. Okay. Are you sure you guys can see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, my phone. Okay, I'll just go. I can't see myself, but I got baseball, but we don't play much baseball here. I'm wearing my intramural softball shirt that I joined 2 years ago, so I'm going to talk about that. If you haven't played softball, it's the only sport you can actually get kicked off a team for not drinking. My team was called the Brew Jays, and actually I found out the intramural softball is where frat guys go to die slowly. I haven't seen that many alcoholics together since my family reunion. Ironically, most of them were on my team. I play in a small town, and our city actually has a no drinking policy. And my first game, I thought I should remind the teammates, and they politely told me to fuck off, you cunt. Yeah, moms can't live with them, right? That's actually not even the worst I've heard. You should hear those little kids in the T-ball league. I do know why it's called a beer league. Essentially, intramural softball is just for married people with kids to get obliterated on a Wednesday night by 7 p.m. and then pick them up from daycare smelling like fresh cut grass, cheap beer, and depression. Which is ironically how my dad smelled most nights. Baseball is actually one of many ball and stick sports, which are some of the oldest in the world. The original sport played at the Olympics was a game the Romans did. They hit a ball on the ground with a stick. And before that, obviously, the cave people just hit their sexual partners. And if you've ever been to a summer softball league game, the players look a lot like cave people. I just imagine cave people sweat less and didn't drive home drunk. Think about it, though. If you just took Babe Ruth and took off his uniform and put on a bearskin satchel, that's Fred Flintstone. I did grow up in a small white Canadian town. It's probably a lot like white America. The kind of white town where it's so white, you're either white or you work at the corner store, right? So we didn't. We were so white it looked like we ate chalk in our basement. That's what I'm saying. So we didn't have much going on. We had baseball was one of our 3 pastimes. You either played in the summer, you drank and you played baseball. In the winter, you drank and you curled, and the rest of the year you drank and played spousal abuse. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's Canada. What about hockey? It's a little known fact that hockey's quite expensive. But the reality is it's just too hard to drink beer with a helmet and gloves. It's also quite an athletic sport, and most of the dads were already too tired from beating their family members. Baseball, like curling, does come from a long line of sports that favor the dad bod. And because we played in a small town, if you had a mustache, you were also allowed to join the dart league or bowling. Softball is actually a quite aging sport. In North America, the average age of a softballer is 45, making the sport pretty much immune to performance-enhancing drugs unless they test the men for Viagra and the women for Valium. It's actually quite a white sport, too. A study by the Canadian Softball Association in 2018 found 85% of all players in Canada were white. The other 15% were just much better. So the study also claimed that softball was one of the least inclusive sports in Canada. I swear to God, last year I actually played a softball team called T-Ballers for Trump. So that says something. And now that I'm a parent myself, I want to pick a good sport for my child. I am a proud father of a non-binary child. They just turned 2. But with COVID going on, we won't be playing much baseball due to social distancing rules. So last summer, I actually decided to build a baseball diamond in the field behind my local playground, like in the movie Field of Dreams. That's where Kevin Costner builds a diamond and ghosts come to play. And to my shock, ghosts did come to play. Sadly, the game didn't last long because I politely told them that there was a no drinking policy, and my grandmother's ghost just told me to fuck off, you cunt. So thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Jeez. That non-binary joke. Fuck. After I got it, like, oh, I get it. So good. Very good job.
Do you mind if I join again so I can see you guys? Because I'm frozen. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
Right now. That was so good. So funny. Damn. That was an hour of writing. Good job. All right. That was so fun. Tara. Let's put it back on the stream here. Awesome. Good job again, Ryan. Tara, you had the topic of choirs, and I'm really, really excited to hear what you got to say about the choirs. Whenever you're ready, let me know.
God, I feel like I didn't write half as much as Ryan did, but let's do the thing. All right. First, let me start by thanking choir for giving me more culture than I deserve to get from my redneck shit-kicked town. I'm going to admit right now that the only reason I even know Hava Nagila or 16 words in Latin is because I spent kindergarten through 8th grade just perched up at the back of the soprano section up on that top riser. Yeah. Top riser, if you guys are not familiar with, is where anyone can become very acquainted with a concussion if you lock your knees for more than 5 minutes and just kind of lean into those high notes. Yeah. That's a head injury from 8 feet up. It happened more than once. They kept putting me back there. I don't know what to do. The top riser was like every girl's worst nightmare. It's like, just short of being a tenor, it's where they threw all of the Amazonians and they're just like, here you go. The other choir boys don't notice you up there. And it was just a couple years ago, I realized that that's because all the ones I had crushes on were only noticing the other choir boys. I'm not good at social cues, people. I owned a cummerbund before the age of 12, and I think that is something that deserves to be mentioned. I wouldn't have had that without choir, along with several concussions and poor short-term memory. Did I mention the concussions yet? Yeah, I fell off of the risers. I mean, it happens. The cummerbund was Kelly Green. I'm not sure if you care, but since I know that you're wondering, no, it was a loner from Norris Middle School, and I'm sure it's still in circulation today. So check the names. I did carve my initials into it. That was fun. It was satin. It shriveled. I don't know. I had nothing there. I don't know where I was going. All right. I used to think that because I went to choir like all through grade school that it meant I could sing fairly well. Nope. No, I learned shortly after leaving the group chorale setting that I only sound good when I'm drowned out by other people. It's a fact of life, man. I'm what you call an ensemble performer. Yes. AKA Tara can't sing for shit and found out at karaoke night. Yeah. Whitney Houston was done no justice that night, and I'm fairly sure that I am what drove her to start smoking crack. So for that, I'm sorry, but I will always love you. I'm calling that my time, guys. Thank you so much.
It's tough. I was really hoping you make a Sister Act 2 reference, but that's just because
I was going to.
Love that movie. Great job. So funny. I feel like there's a lot more you can do with it stuff, but it's not the feedback part. But yeah, no, good stuff. 1 hour, guys. You've written all this in hours. Very, very impressive. Let's keep this ball rolling with Jessica. There you are. Was given the topic of landscaping, and really, really excited to hear.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing? It's good to see you all, except I can't see you anymore. You're gone. As far as I'm aware, you have no object permanence. You've essentially died. So my prompt today is, in fact, landscaping, because Scott and Kevin took one look at me and pegged me as a hardened laborer, working the land with my calloused hands. But despite my rugged exterior, my experience with landscaping begins and ends with my dad paying me $20 an hour to mow the lawn when I was 12. I am a soft indoors person, and I prefer wet food to kibble. Speaking of which, has anyone else been spending a little bit too much time on the internet lately? I bring this up because the targeted ads on YouTube are bullying me. I keep getting these aggressive manscaping ads telling me no one's ever gonna date me because of my hairy ball sack. But I will have you know, Max Hard Male Enhancement, that there are plenty of girls out there with enough love in their hearts for me and my tiny penis. I don't even like the word manscaping. It's much hipper branding than pelvic grooming, I'll grant you, but it always makes me think of hiring a tiny Hispanic man with a tiny weed whacker to trim the bushes. Like, maybe he could shape it into a swan, or perhaps a little elephant with an itty bitty trunk. I much prefer the ads I've been getting for J-Date and Birthright. And I don't know if this is obvious because I look like a magician that exclusively does bar mitzvahs, but my family is very much Catholic, so less a member of the tribe and more a hereditary enemy. It's at least partially the hair. When I get it cut, I tend to ask for the full Hitler Youth. Because the longer I grow it out, the more closely I resemble a 14-year-old Orthodox boy with a glandular problem. I'm not Jewish so much as I am Jewish. And I don't have bad hair days so much as I have eldritch hair days. I haven't just lost pencils behind my ears. I've lost entire 12-inch rulers. 30 centimeters if you're a slut for a base 10 system. And one time I tried a volumizing shampoo and I'm pretty sure it ate a small dog. When my hairdresser sees me coming, she pulls out the hedge trimmers. I tried cutting my own hair once over quarantine, and I'm pretty sure I bent the scissors I got off Amazon. Like I am not a human being. I am a mobile and opinionated hedge. I think I'm done now. Hi. I had a background, but it didn't work. Do you want to see it?
Sure. Why not?
It's a background. Yeah. Doo-doo-doo. I'm going to upload this.
Red purple.
Yeah. Fade. Didn't work, but I think it's excellent.
Oh, that's a wicked background. Great job, Jessica. Holy crap.
It's what my boyfriend thinks I would look like if I was a Mac.
Oh my God. I enjoy everything you are, Jessica. I love you. That's great. Good job. So funny. Oh, it's so funny and so likable. Okay. I don't vote, guys. It's okay. I don't vote. With that being said, everybody's doing so great. And once again, I want to reiterate 1 hour to write, and you guys did all this. So impressive. Let's go to Amber Autry. After that, I probably said your name wrong. I'm sorry, Amber. With the topic of teenagers. Whenever you're ready, Amber, you let me know, and then I'll put the timer on.
Okay, you can start it.
Okay.
Okay, so I decided to Google teenagers because it's been a minute. I was like, what do teenagers like to do for fun? And Google was like, pizza and sushi. If that's not the most stepdad response I've ever heard, like, you spend time with your teenager and you discover that they like to eat, like, duh. You know what I'm saying? It's because people are scared of teenagers. We all know this, especially if you have a teenager. They just like turn into a different person when you become a teenager. You know, like 1 minute they love Hello Kitty, the next they're like scratching your eyeballs out, you know? 1 minute they love Dragon Ball Z, the next minute they're doing Dragon Ball Z with Kurt in the alley because he's actually cool, Mom. You know, just psycho. They turn into completely different people. I think the only thing that was cool as a teenager was liking older men. That's no longer cool, you know? Because men are set in their ways now. Like if you like an older guy now, you're not changing him. He's not becoming the Prince Charming that you want him to be. He's not leaving his job at McDonald's, and he's not leaving his wife. Okay, so hang it up. When you see a teenager now, it's like it's kind of alarming, right? Like it's kind of like being sober, like seeing an addict when you're sober. You're like, oh my God. That cool thing. And you look at your friends and you're like, was I like that? Was I like that? And of course they've pushed down all their bad habits too. So they're like, oh my God, no, we were way more mature than that. I was a teenage Christian, which is it's everything you could hope it could be. At least I'm going to heaven, right? I was a teenage Christian, and so they told me that I needed to find a mate and fast. Can you imagine picking a mate from a pool of people who are encouraged not to practice kissing? Like, that is so depressing. Like, Do I want to go with the tongue poker, like, or slobber mouth, I guess I'll just go with the guy who prays the most so God can help us survive this marriage. I grew up with a single mom, and I chose Jesus as my dad. Do you know what it's like having a dad with multiple personality disorder? Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, and none of them want me to have sex, and that's all I want to do. It was exhausting, man. How am I supposed to get married and have kids but only focus on you? Ugh, daddy issues. I think my favorite memories from being a teenager were writing notes. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys can relate, but we were keeping the freaking like postal service and business dog, just like we were whipping those notes. And it was hilarious because everything had to be said in the note. Like you barely talked to your friend. You were like, oh my God, something crazy happened. And they're like, okay, write me a note. So you spend all day like crafting this note on Hot Topic special paper, right? You fold it into this, you're like, Jacob likes you. You fold it into this tiny little heart box thing. You pass it to them and you're like, don't talk to me. Just read it and like, don't answer. Write me a note back. And so you wait like a day and a half and they go home, they write you the note, they hand you the note back and it's like, who's Jacob? You're like, oh my God. By the time you find out who Jacob is, he's already fingering another girl. Like, the romance is done, okay? Teenagers, it's hard being a teenager, dude. Especially like just finding a quiet place to masturbate. My heart goes out to you guys, and best of luck. It gets better. My name's Amber Autry. Thank you.
Great job, Amber. I
Thank you.
can't believe you sit on point, but when you talk about like Christian and dating, and like you gotta find a mate, and like that sounds like the worst romantic comedy.
Yep, it really was.
Great job, everybody! Like seriously, like set the bar. I love it. So this is what's going to happen. I did send the link to the guests for the voting, and while they're deciding, the guests, our previous workshop Sherwood comedy panelist. We'll be doing some jokes and some comedy. And the lineup that I have, I'm trying to stall because I forgot. Here we go. Kevin, who is my co-pilot in this. I won't take you off the spotlight. Sorry, I can't multitask. You're a better host than me, Kevin. All right. He's my co-pilot in the workshop, which I will always appreciate. He has a topic of sports drinks. And there's no voting. He's just going to be performing, and no pressure's going to be on him. Other than to set the bar because he's a co-producer. And anyways, sports just teasing. Whenever you're ready, you let me know.
Let's go for it. All right. So my topic was sports drinks, which thanks. I feel very qualified to talk about athletic beverages with everyone. Were the other topics rap music and what lives matter already taken? Am I not allowed to pick those? Yeah, Jesus, I had to research sports drinks, and I love them. Okay, let's just admit, Gatorade is just fat people Kool-Aid, okay? We buy it so we don't feel bad from the grocery store. Turns out they don't even check to see if you do sports. They don't ask you to do a wind sprint or anything when you buy it. I get it. I lie to people on the way out. I'm like, you guys know I'm an athlete, right? And if they think they like call me a liar, I just chug the whole bottle. I'm like, would they let me buy Gatorade if I wasn't? Doesn't work. I don't know. It just. I feel so unqualified talking about this. The last time I had Gatorade, like Backstreet Boys were still together. The last time I had to actually consider what I was putting in my body besides regret. I did a lot of research though. It turns out first off, I want to be clear. They invented sports drinks because athletes were shitty back in the day. It turns out. I don't think there was any athletes before 1970, okay? Because Gatorade supposedly revolutionized the game. It's sugar and salt water, okay? It's basically virgin margarita. It shouldn't have revolutionized cocktail hour. You're telling me it made better basketball teams? Bullshit. I don't think you guys knew what a sport was. Okay. 3/4 of what goes into Gatorade is what got my mom pregnant with me. All you needed was a bottle of tequila, and I would have been born. No, I don't think anything was like. That's not a revolutionary game. That's just what you could have given people. Okay, and I'm going to be honest. Turns out I thought Gatorade was the OG sports drink. It's not. It was something called Lucozade, and it was made in England in 1927. Okay? We invented the sports drink in 1927. We didn't take cocaine out of Coke until 1929. We already had the perfect sports drink. Okay? Are you kidding me? Do you know how many gold medals you could win if you had guys just downing a Coke before the games? Jesus, Jesse Owens could have obliterated the Nazis on his own, but we banned it. It's crazy. No, it's like if somebody invented the wheel and then a year later they made a shitty version of the wheel without cocaine. All right, that's my time on sports drinks.
Oh my God.
Great. That's so funny, man. That Coke analogy was so good. So good. Good stuff, buddy. Off the spotlight. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Let's get this continuing with another guest we have, who I'm happy to have, is Yoshi.
Yay. Can you guys hear me okay?
Oh, that's why. Yeah, here we go. So you had the topic of proposals.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Loud and clear.
Awesome. All right. Time has started. Thanks, Scott, for putting me on after the poster child for the Capitol insurrection. Appreciate that. I've been going after the guy who literally did say all lives matter. So thanks. No, this is good. Like you got to have the yin and the yang. That's good. My word is proposal, so I put that in my search bar, and all I got was like hardcore sister-in-law and spitting images. It's like, whoa, search results. You don't know me like that, and I should have probably put my search inside of Google instead of Pornhub. That's on me. My bad. That's my default search engine. I don't know what you guys' are. Proposals have never changed. Like people have proposed, like you choose a partner, you get on the knee and you ask, hey, will you accept me and all my diseases, like venereal, infectious, and chronic? And if you're not like coming into a relationship disease, like you're just not battle tested. Like you got to have a disease. Like if I wrote a background check on you and you come back like as a clean like disease facts report, like I'm filing a complaint. This shit is forged. Not today, internet. I'm gonna search and find some more dirt on you. Like I'll even take ADHD, like because if you've had enough attention to go get diagnosed, then maybe you're not easily distracted. Imagine like just a ADHD center, right? Like they'd have to put a receptionist inside the building, outside the building, in the bathroom. Like midstream, this guy comes in, he's like, hey, you might want to sign this to see the doctor. I get it. Like I have ADHD. Like I went to the doctor for a checkup, came back with a car, just what the doctor ordered. My wife was pissed, not about the car, but I forgot her eggs. We all got it. We all got it. Speaking of ADHD, today's my mom's birthday. And my sister proposed that we give her like a surprise Zoom party. Fucking terrible. Old people in Zoom are like conspiracy theories and CNN. They just don't fucking mix, okay? Here's the thing, like my mom got on the Zoom and started like staring into the cameras like, I can't see you, honey. And then when she does, she's bound to say something like about my appearance because, you know, she's African. And anything that comes out after that is probably nice, but with a side of disappointment. So my mom asked me, she's like, hey, you thinking about getting that MBA? That Shaq fella, he got his MBA and he was playing in the NBA. Here's the thing, Mom. He's got money and dreams. I've got kids, so those things went out the door. It is so rough being an immigrant kid. Like just constant judgment, reminder that you're not good enough, and a reminder that like other immigrants do it better than you do. Like when I don't even want to see immigrants succeed. Like when I see an immigrant succeed, I'm like, fuck. My mom's gonna know. You know what I mean? And now I've got to live to this other immigrant standard. You know what I mean? Like it got so bad that like my mom was looking at the TV. She's like, you see that? Like those pandas from China, they made it. Why can't you? I was like, Mom, are you comparing me to a panda? She's like, yeah, they migrated here. They're now at the Philadelphia Zoo, and they're doing much better than you do. All right, that's bullshit, Mom. Just book me a one-way ticket on Panda Express, and maybe I'll make you proud, Mom. It's terrible. The other proposal I was thinking about is like I've got kids, just like Ryan does, and God, that non-binary joke was fucking hilarious. I went off, but that non-binary, that was solid. I've got kids, but like I wish my kids, like I wish I would have been able to like Tinder my kids. You know what I mean? Like if I could have chose them, you know what I mean? But like not for like dating, just so like swipe. Which one's not going to fuck up my hopes and dreams? Because I wouldn't date my kids. You know what I mean? Like I'd look at that picture, I'd see the group of kids, I'd be like, yeah, the one in the middle is probably the hot one, right? Then next thing you know, you're like, okay, that one's gonna disappoint forever. So if I told you I hate my kids, there's another ADHD thing. I want to get COVID just so I can be in the ICU away from my kids. A 2-week vacation sounds fucking lovely right about now. All right, that's my time. I've been Yoshi. You guys have been awesome. Thank you.
Yoshi loves his kids. Good job, buddy. Damn spotlight, go off. There we go. All right, so let's get this. We have 2 guests left, and then our vote tabulation. I don't know, Kevin. I don't understand how the votes work, so I want to assume you do.
Yeah. The Capitol guy knows how votes work. Yeah.
I don't have access to what I'm saying, but okay. We'll work with it as we go. But our next comic who was on earlier, our previous Turbo Comedy, did really well. Is back to do the set. Kim, happy to have her doing a jokes about the topic of trust funds.
Woohoo!
Woo, yeah. Oh yeah, I just wanted everybody to know right off the bat that the only reason that I even do comedy is just because I'm waiting on my trust funds to kick in. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've been asking my rich friends to adopt me and put me on the payroll. I mean, I know I'm 54, but I still love belly tickles and fuzzy kittens, no responsibilities. I think that having a trust fund, though, is kind of like panhandling, except for when you do it, you roll up to your parents' mansion in Beverly Hills and you're driving your Bentley and you beg them not to disown you for throwing a cocaine-fueled rave at the Four Seasons for your friend. And those are just other little brats that like to spend your parents' money anyway. I mean, look, I'd be so fucking good as a trust fund kid because I grew up poor. I mean, so I think in poor terms, and I have poor dreams. Like, I mean, just once, I would like to buy name brand stuff. Just one time. I mean, I could maybe rock out a cool pair of Yeezys, you know. But at my age, I would. I mean, honest, I'd just take a pair of slip-on Skechers. So hard to bend over, you know. I just want real food. Real food. Is that too much to ask? I mean, like Kraft or Michelob. I mean, God. I'm just so sick of Great Value and Natty Light. Ugh. Terrible. The hangover, the headache. And I want a new car, not a hand-me-down or second-hand car. I mean, come on. Come on, trust fund dad. I want something that smells new. Yeah, I'll take a Ford Fusion. The last car I had smelled like cigarettes and disappointment, but it had soul. Because that's what it was. It had a lot of. It was a Kia Soul. It was a used Kia Soul, previously owned by a chain smoker. I mean, really, I guess the long and short of it. I mean, if any of you know any rich folks that need to adopt somebody just because they don't have anything to do with their money, I mean, I could use a nice set of trust fund parents, just so you can put me in the fucking will. Keeping hope alive. Kim Wadsworth out.
Good set. You had like I was hoping you talked about Bruce Wayne. Trust fund.
What was it? Bruce Wayne?
Bruce Wayne, Batman. He had trust fund parents.
Oh yeah.
So funny. Good job, Kim. So with that, we have one comic left before I bring up Matt. We are 2 votes still need. So who hasn't voted yet? Just need 2 more votes, and then we have a winner. And with that being said, Matt Don Levy had the topic of surprise parties. I had to remember that for a second. That's the concussion. Surprise parties. So whenever you're ready, you let me know how to put the timer on.
Every day is a surprise party when you got a concussion, right? So yeah, I startle easily. I can see you coming, and I'll still jump if you catch me right. So in theory, I'm the perfect candidate for a surprise party, right? I don't think so. They're not how they received in movies. You know, I think about movie surprise parties like, oh my gosh, you guys all came! I can't believe you're all here. It's so. You didn't have to do this. You really didn't have to do this. But for me, I would blow it. Be like, surprise me. God! Oh, okay, that was good. Good one. I like shitting my pants on my birthday. That's good. Awesome. Love that. But if you didn't startle me, if you didn't see that, if I didn't startle, I'd have probably no reaction. Like melancholy but polite. Like I'd be like, happy birthday! That's a party. We're having a party. Thank you. That's awesome. It wouldn't be very much. That's the most I would give. But like, here's the thing. The only thing that's surprising about a surprise party is the timing, right? More often than not, you know who the guests are there. You know, you recognize the food. And shit, the timing's not really that surprise either. Oh, your birthday's on a Monday, and now we're magically throwing you a party on a Friday. What a shock! Whoa, you're blowing minds. But what I'm thinking, like, what if we spice things up with your surprise party, right? Let's make it a real surprise party. It's 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. Knock on your door. Bag. Speeding van. Going to your favorite sports bar. It's open for some reason. We're celebrating your birthday. That was 3 months ago. Huh? Surprised? You should be. Look at the spread. We got a great spread here. We got a hot plate covered in Hungry Man dinners and flat Mountain Dew. Are you in? Because you don't like that. We have a sushi platter from the grocery store served on a clerk from that grocery store. Huh? That's pretty surprised. I sure was when I saw that. And all your friends are here. We have your family. We got your wife's family, your ex-wife's husband, only him. 3 of the 5 starters for the Harlem Globetrotters, and the shift manager for the grocery store clerk that the sushi is served on. Surprise! Surprise. You surprised you should be. 3:40 a.m. Why aren't you happy? But that surprise party energy, right? That's what what we all live for, right? The surprise party energy. It's always so upbeat. Everybody loves a celebration. Everybody's into a surprise party, even if it's the 10th anniversary of a couple that only cheats on each other. Right? Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Wait, where's the happy couple? They should be here for the song. They're in different coat rooms with different people. You should have seen this coming. You're all idiots. Keep singing your song though. But like that happy anniversary surprise party energy is so infectious that like I want to harness it. I want to tame it, and I want to bring it to a wake. Because I think a surprise wake would be so distasteful. So I want one. I want one for me. Like I think I'd love a surprise wake, right? Like a widow opens the door, darkened room, flicks on the lights, surprise! Like a hushed, happy, excited vibe. She bursts into tears, and everyone claps. Or maybe the party is actually for the dead person. Right? Like, I mean, it's kind of perfect. Like the reaction is not going to be too big. You don't need to bring a gift, and you can serve sushi off of them, and that poor girl can go home. Happy birthday to her, right? Thanks very much. My name is Matt Don. Let me have it.
Great job, Matt, and I'll never have sushi that you give me.
From the grocery store, you shouldn't eat it anyway.
Fair enough. Everybody, once again, great job. Very, very funny. Thank you for setting the bar for what I hope the show can be in the near future. Kevin, what's going on? Do we have progress?
Missing one vote. Kim, get that in.
Oh, shit. How do I do that?
Click the link that's in the group chat.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah, it's like these absentee
for you
ballot
young
people.
people. Yeah.
I was trying to be considerate, like should I message them so I don't like just call them out in front of everybody because
Yeah.
Nope, too late. We already did it.
Call
didn't
it
count
out.
already.
Together,
That's fine.
Kim.
I know. Imagine how I felt when I tried to get my calendar on my website. So far, my highest booked show was my pap smear appointment. It's crazy.
Who books that?
Goddamn old people, right?
I understand. I don't know how to use Photoshop, and I go as far as memes on Instagram. That's it. I get it, and I bleed from the ear because of headphones.
I think I did it. Woo! Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Can you get me on that pap smear show, Kim? I'd love to get on that.
I'm booking a body double for sure. You want to take my place off?
Oh yeah.
Is it prop comedy only?
Oh my
or?
god, 6'4" comedy can 6'4" comic can definitely be a body double for you for sure.
Perfect. I mean,
know
we're
how tall
very
she is.
similar. You got short hair.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've got short hair. You see this? You see this short hair?
Twinsies.
Kim's 6'5" too.
It's one of
My
the quick-
legs are 6'4". I'm just real short from the head down.
All right.
I'm super tall when I stand up. You should see it.
Thank you once again. Before I announce the winner, we have a winner. I want to thank everybody once again. This was just a crazy idea that I wanted to see if it would work, and I think it would. I think of definitely something we definitely can work on in the future. So thank you for doing it. Thank you all, and thank you all the people on Facebook who sent the comments and gives support to all different comics. And let's do it, everybody. Here comes the winner. So the winner of the first ever Workshop Presents Turbo Comedy Tournament winner of Turbo Comedy Competition and $25 American Richer is Jessica. Congrats, Jessica. Great, very funny set. You all did great, but unfortunately, you only could pick one winner. And Jessica is that winner for this time. But you all did great. And what you have an extra 3 or 4 minutes for a live set. Like you have strong fucking jokes from this, and I really think you should all be awesomely proud. And thank you so much again. Thank you all the guests for doing this as well. You guys are awesome, and I want to have you back for sure. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not really good at moderating. Thank you, Kevin, for helping me with that. I'm setting a fucking award or something. Sorry, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful, and I'm possibly concussed. But thank you.
Oh my god.
My ears bleeding. It legit is. But anyways,
that's your
this
new
is not
shirt.
about me.
That's your new
This is
shirt.
not about me. This is about you. This is about you guys and Jessica winning. And thank you so much. You're all winners in my eyes. I know I'm cheesy, but legit, I appreciate it. And thank you so much. And have a great night. And enjoy the rest of your life.
Never see
Thanks,
you again. Honestly, Scott, you should use that as like a humble brag. Anytime that you're doing these workshops, you're just like, oh yeah, like we all had like X amount of time to write this, but like my ear was bleeding. So
still
He tried moderating with a concussion.
yeah. When you invited me to do this, I was just like, oh man, that works great for me because my brain's wrong. It's gonna be fascinating to see if anyone else can do this. But honestly, you guys were really great.
I never laughed that hard in a long time. Very funny, everybody.
Good stuff. Everybody's funny.
Yep.
Let's all be friends on social medias. I'm not forgetting this time. We're all going to plug our social media. I have part of it go. Sorry, take back that goodbye. Let's plug some social medias, and then we can say goodbye because I don't want to ruin that for people. So let's start with Kevin. Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Cavan_egg.
Awesome.
Right there in my name, Cavan Egg.
Okay. Tara, plug away.
You can find me on Instagram at Tara Christian Comedy, and you can find my company on Facebook, Living Room Comedy. Go give us a like and a follow.
Wicked. Jessica, get ready to plug.
You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at I am not a lungfish, which is something I once said when I was concussed myself. You can also find my podcast, Histories and Mysteries, anywhere fine podcasts are sold, usually for free. But we do niche history and true crime.
Nice. All right, Matt, get your plug on.
Find me on YouTube. youtube.com/Matt Donlevy, some songs and a video I took of my friends that's titled White People Dancing. It's great. It's no one. It's my most watched video though, so you just bump up those views. Other than that, yeah, I don't have a lot to plug. I'm just happy to be here. Thanks.
Thank you, Matt. And Kim, let's get ready to plug.
Yeah, my website is kimwadsworthcomedy.com, and it will take you to any of my social media pages. That's the easiest way to get me.
Awesome. Thank you, Kim. And Amber, what you got plugging?
You can find me on all social media channels at Amber Autry Comedy. That's including YouTube. Also, my website, you can book me. I produce comedy shows for corporate and private events. So let's get lit together on Zoom. And I also just started a podcast. It's called Mama Says. You can find it anywhere, preferably Apple Podcasts. Let's boost that shit. But I talk to dope people and their moms. So check it out. Mama Says. Thank you.
That's cool.
Thank you, Amber. All right, Yoshi, here's the outlet. I just need to plug. Come on, that was good. Okay, go.
You can find me on Twitter at Yoshi and IG at DJ Yoshi because some Asian guy stole it, the other one. But it's all good. I also have a podcast, obviously, because it's the pandemic, called F the Joneses, which is a show with me and my wife where we talk about getting off the hamster wheel and living an intentional life. It's super great. Go rate, review, and subscribe to us on all your platforms that you can. And then my website, yoshi.com, yoshee.com, typically has stuff, but I haven't done a lot of shows since the pandemic. So, you can just holler at me and stalk me on Facebook. I prefer that.
Fair enough. Thank you again, Yoshi. And Ryan, I'm losing my hair, so I need a plug. Sorry.
You can find me here, Twitter at Ryan Sim Comedy. I just made it. Instagram Cedar Sim, and the Canadian Softball Association.com.
All right. Well, for sure, this is going to be the final farewell. Thank you again, everybody. You were all great. Congratulations, Jessica. Send me a message with your email, and we'll send you that 25 American in a year. No, I'll send it right away. And yeah, honestly, have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank
Good
you,
job,
guys.
everybody.
Great job.